Hi, welcome. My name is Lena Sherman, and welcome to this talk show at World Water Week called UNDP Masterclass on Incubating Innovators for Sustainable Development. One can wonder what a pufferfish in Turkey and a project monitoring ecosystem in coral reefs in Malaysia have in common. Tough question. But they are both innovations supported and funded by the UNDP Ocean Innovation Challenge, OIC. We will soon hear what that is. First, I would like to introduce to you Mary Matthews, manager of the UNDP Ocean Innovation Challenge, and she's also the technical advisor for UNDP Water. Ahmed El-Soud, manager mentor at the OIC, and Kristina Gudzinski, who is also part of the OIC team. Welcome. Well, Mary, could you first tell us shortly about this OIC? What is it?
Sure. The Ocean Innovation Challenge came about in 2017 when we realized that SDG 14, which is life below water, it's mainly marine, is one of the most ambitious, and it's one we're furthest behind on. And so in order to kind of get things moving faster with funding from CETA and NORAD, we offer support to innovators who have really transformational ideas about how to improve the conditions of the ocean. How do we really do this? And so we're in our fourth round now, and the Ocean Innovation Challenge provides technical and management mentoring, communications and promotion support, and connections to capital for innovators with a very hands-on incubator, as well as up to $250,000 per innovation for deliverable-based contracts for up to 24 months.
Wow. So what makes a good innovation?
Optimism. Honestly, optimism is a big part of it because innovators are inherently optimistic, but what we really are looking for are innovations that can be replicable, that can be sustainable, that can be transformational, that, one small change can often have a whole impacting change all the way through. And of course, within UNDP, we want to make sure that these aren't just neat technological fixes, but they also have positive impacts for poverty reduction, for gender mainstreaming so that women also benefit, and that they create livelihoods. And that's what we want in a really good innovation, that it kind of ticks all of those boxes, and it can be, once we test it and trial at one place, it can be populated all around the world.
Ahmed, you work as a management mentor at the UNDP. Yes. So may I ask you, what do you do?
Good question. Actually, the management mentoring is for the OIC team or our innovators. Is we support them in the management of the project during implementation, reviewing all the documents, all the deliverables. Also, we support them in managing the risks and put the mitigation measures to make sure that the project or the innovation project will be implemented according to the work plan. All deliverables were evaluated by the mentoring team to make sure that they are in line with the proposal, the initial proposal, and they are leading to the successful implementation of the innovation. Also, the mentoring, we have monthly meetings with all our innovators. It's short meetings to discuss the progress during the months, what's the challenges they are facing, and try to make mitigation measures and adaptation measures to make sure they are overcoming any issues. Also, we are not only stop at the secretariat management or mentoring, we also supporting the innovator to innovator mentoring through arranging meetings with the innovators that are working in similar issues to cross-fertilizing the experience between the innovators and to strengthen their capabilities and their capacities in order to ensure successful implementation of our innovations.
Yeah. Do you have any special innovation or project that you've been working with that is?
Oh yeah, I have all my innovations are close to my heart because we are working as a team. This is a key issue we have with our innovators. When we start with them, we told them that we are not oversighting or follow up or trying to put obstacles. No, we are team. We are team working, so we are together. We want to reach this innovation. So one of the innovators in the first cohort was pollution reduction from plastic was Fortuna Cools. This is two graduate students from Stanford University, and they want to use the coconut husks in developing the coolers for to replace the polystyrene coolers that was polluting the environment by plastics, and actually they started this innovation in Philippines, where they collected the coconut husks that was a waste at the time. It's agriculture waste. It was open burned in the air, and they transferred this into insulation, coconut insulators that can be replaced these polystyrene coolers. They succeeded to had to implement 2 production lines in Philippines, and after the second year of OIC support, they expanded their work into another countries, to Vietnam and Thailand, and they started with 0 units. Now they have more than 1,500 units sold, and they are planning to have 250,000 in 5 years, and to reach 2 million in the coming 10 years. They have very important social and environmental impact. The environmental impact is the reduction of plastic waste from about 50 tons per year. Also, reduction of air pollution and greenhouse gas emission. That was 2,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions that's polluted, and also increasing the income of the farmers in Philippines by about 5%. So I'm so proud of it.
I can understand that. Mary, you speak about that the innovations have a transformational potential in addressing environmental and socioeconomic challenges. In what way? What do you mean by that?
Well, let me give you another example. We've got, again, and this is our first cohort, and they were, the call was launched in 2000. They started in 2020. Sorry, I'm very old. And then launched in 2020, or the call was launched in 2020. They started in 2021. So they're just finishing up. And this is Ficostera. It's a company, it's actually based out of Spain, but they do really interesting work with kelp-based fertilizer. Now, kelp-based fertilizer actually has been around for a long time. The Romans were using kelp as fertilizer. But what this company decided to do was to test it in really arid regions. So they tested it in the west coast of Mexico and also in Morocco. Both are pretty arid areas, and they tested to see what would happen if you add this biostimulant made from kelp, which is great for the environment, to crops in, not necessarily in place, but to reduce the need for commercial chemical fertilizers. And what we found in the cases where they did this was that the farmers, because the idea was, if this works well, let's get this moved out to the farmers. Let's get the farmers using this. The crops came in earlier in both cases. The crops were bigger. I mean, like significant, like 25% bigger. And when you're looking at broccoli, you don't want a little bitty head of broccoli, you want a big head of broccoli. And these are getting earlier big heads of broccoli. And then on top of it, it's improving the soil health. It reduces the runoff and the eutrophication into the oceans. And this was really very, very important. And The farmers then were able to get their crops to market earlier when the demand was actually higher. And of course, there's reduced exposure to the other agrochemicals. And right now, especially if you look at the crisis around fertilizer availability, which is really serious, being able to use something that kelp is great for absorbing carbon out of the ocean, it's very easy. We're not like harvesting it, it's like taking the leaves off the trees in autumn is the best way to put it. So you do this and then you make it, the company has built up a factory and actually has started doing the aquaculture for the additional kelp off the coast of Mexico. And then empowering the local farmers to have healthier, more water retention soils. I mean, it's like there's no downside. And if we can get this spread out more, we've already got a number of places, but this company is taking off. I don't want to say like wildfire, but it's spreading very quickly. And it's a wonderful idea. And these are the sorts of things that are just so exciting because you're reducing carbon emissions from the creation of petroleum-based fertilizers. That's really important. You're not using the fertilizers. The fertilizers aren't running off into the ocean and creating eutrophication. And then on top of it, you also have healthier farmers, healthier soils, bigger crops. I mean, there's so many wins compounded there, and they're great fun to work with.
Yeah, I can imagine. It sounds like a fantastic, not idea, because as you say, it has been around for a long time.
Right.
But couldn't they have been there without you? I mean, that's so good idea.
They could have. Sure, they could have done it, but they would not have been able to access the same level of community engagement necessarily without the help of UNDP, because UNDP is present in so many countries, and they wouldn't have had the guidance and the support for, import and export is really hard no matter what it is, and Amit is amazingly helpful at that. They wouldn't have necessarily been able to do the promotions and the communications as well, and Teen is amazing at that, and for the connections to capital. It's been a joint effort, and we're continuing to work with them, and there have been a number, because they've worked with UNDP, a lot of the supporters have said, we know you know how to run a project. If you cleared UNDP's hurdles, we know you know how to do this. We know you know how to mitigate risk. We know you know how to manage your money financially with a lot of responsibility. And so it's really been a great added benefit. But in addition, I mean, honestly, we've got other projects now where they want to do something in San Tome and Principe to improve the water quality, to reduce agricultural runoff, to increase soil quality, and to reduce fertilizer use. Guess who happened to have an idea? Yes, we did, and so we're able to support that as well. And it's just been a really wonderful mix getting to work with them.
Great. Christina, you are going to share with us a couple of insights from youth. Advocate for a youth water advocate. Could you please?
Yes, I'm actually very honored to share the insights of Shomi Hassan Chowdhury, who is I would say, our young champion on water. She couldn't be here because she had also a water-related issue. She had dengue in one of her speaking engagements, so yeah, she's on full recovery. But she also happens to be a UNDP and Samsung Global Generation 17 young leader. Very inspiring one. I would really recommend you check her story on undp.org/water. So what we did was we asked her what she thinks young people need to thrive in the very vibrant but competitive community of innovations. So she said that young people need to have advanced literacy on water by integrating water topics in schools and higher learning systems. very good one. And then she also said that young people need to have access to technology, devices, and internet to bridge the digital divide and help them access data and information and collaborate with others. Of course, she's coming from Bangladesh. We have a different situation here in Europe, in this side of the world, wherein everyone has a gadget, but in other parts of the world, especially the ones UNDP are working with, we have some issues with some challenges with accessing information. And then the third one that she mentioned is it would be good to have innovative. So innovative young people need incubators so that they can get tailored mentoring and also investment and financial support, especially those without burdensome conditions. And a supportive ecosystem for experimentation, fine-tuning solutions, learning and exchanges, and also to those that make it successfully, an opportunity to scale expand their scale. And then the last one that she mentioned is to give the youth a voice in important water and sustainable development goals discussions, which is what her NGO is working on. It's called the 360, the Awareness 360 they're working on globally with 40 plus countries to promote the SDGs and also work on water. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ahmed, I asked in the beginning what the pufferfish and the monitoring of the ecosystem had in common, and obviously it was OIC, but can they disparate, what do I say, so different things have anything to say to us here in Sweden or Denmark or the US?
Yeah, it has to say that the innovation is there. The innovators are in these countries, the developing countries, has a good mind, good people who good ideas, but it needs encouragement, it needs support, it needs mentoring to be able to achieve the change we all hope to have in the world and in the environment, even not only environment, in economy, in all aspects of life. If you look at these countries, you will find good ideas and good caliber who can achieve the change. But they lack the support, they lack mentoring, they need guidance. And this is what we are doing in OIC. What we are doing in OIC is providing this. We're not only providing support financially, like any incubators, any other incubator. We are providing technical support. We are providing, as I said, when we start with them, we said we are a team. So we are, all our capabilities is working to support them. We are not a client and contractor, no. We are a team. We merge our experience together in order to achieve the successful implementation of this innovation. That's why when you asked me which innovator is best, all of them are best for me because we are all close to my heart.
Mary, you said that you would like to start the water equivalent of the Ocean Innovation Challenge. Is it possible, or should I say first, why?
Well, we now have a method that works using the Model Innovation Challenge modality in UNDP, and it's just perfectly natural, just like water flows from source to sea, that this can be part of an ongoing process. We need to be innovating on water. The whole World Water Week, everybody, the idea is we've got to be addressing water and we've got to be doing it now. And there's so many good ideas out there. We need to be harvesting those and then taking those ideas and transplanting them all over the world as quickly as possible. Once we know how well they work, we've got to be able to populate them everywhere because we don't have time. And if we can't get water right, we can't get the rest of the Sustainable Development Goals right. They all depend on water.
We are closing up and nearing the end. So, but what do you have one insight that you would like people to take away from this discussion?
Yeah, I would say that really people don't have to be well-educated. They don't have to be from developed countries to be smart. People are smart all over the world. And what we need to do in the water community is help those people who are really smart, who have the ideas, who see the necessity, and who really feel that, help them, because innovation comes out of necessity. We need to help them pilot, scale, replicate all the transformational ideas that are out there, and there's so many. We just need to provide the support to them. We need to incubate those, and then we need to let those spread all over the world to make this world a better place by 2030.
Yes, thank you so much, all of three of you, for coming here and sharing your insights and experience and knowledge with us.
Absolutely.
I think we give them a
Thank you.